Hi. So this is another one of my creations called the boneyard. Oh. So this is the bone center, really creepy. This is the popping wizard. Actually, it's called the sorcerer, the shadow sorcerer. He appears like out of nowhere. One time in 2011, there was a boy named George that came to this yard. Out of nowhere, the sorcerer flew down and said, "Gizim-wazim," and suddenly he appeared right in here. And then he said, "Nizin Zamwa," and he appeared right where he was before. He ran across. Was it just a dream? He gone to bed, but then the next morning, he was in bed. He said, "Was it a dream? Or was it a real story?" Nobody knows. Well, let me talk about the legend about this place. A long time ago, there lived the most beautiful place. Now, this was the place, actually. But then there was a little boy that found a secret book of lost spells. It was a really cool book. He read and read, and suddenly his brain began to shake. It shook for a year, actually. And then, boom, he became a grown-up and became the shadow sorcerer. Soon, he found this place and said, I would like to make Halloween real. So he made this place haunted. Millions of bones here, candles up, a bat, and everything here. But the most creepiest thing he've ever made was a spider coming out of this cave. Now, I would show you the creepiest video that boy took. There's a little boy named Harold. He saw something coming out of here and said, as if it were a witch said that. And then he found that sound right like this. He looked behind him, but only saw nothing but a red eye. But it was just the light from his house. But it wasn't just an ordinary house, it was a black house. He came in the house, found the sorcerer and said, "Hello, it must be time for supper." And he said, "What's for supper?" "You!" And he turned him into a block of turkey and ate the turkey. Then he became much more powerful. And that is the end of the legend. Now people dare to go on the side of a jungle because this is on right the corner of the jungle. Now, people never know where is his wife. His wife might be underground or on the moon. Nobody wants to go to the moon because now the sorcerer made it into a shape of a skull. and right into here. And if you go underground, well, there are millions of graves in the underworld. To let you know, there's a secret passage to the underworld. You just go behind here. Well, actually, the sorcerer just goes anywhere and just goes to the underworld. Well, fact, the underworld is under this table. And he can appear anywhere. Fact, only ghosts can enter here. And he comes out of nowhere. Fact, every day he sleeps in the underworld. He has lots of ghost friends.
Okay. You're
His
wonderful.
ghost friends are in the underworld. He has lots of time playing with his friends. Fact. They only play graveyard. And did you know these bones were not just from the skull from the moon that people died there. It's his family. Actually, it was his mom and dad. Fact, his mom and dad died when he was born. And then he got to an orphanage. Fact, lots of weird things happened. This was the weirdest thing that happened. One time, the teacher said, well, it's time for recess. And then everyone went out. But strangely, he saw everyone pause. And then everything was a graveyard. And all this, and pretend I'm a student here. But then, when it appeared as a graveyard, the students just turned into a grave. Because they all died. So, the teacher was a vampire. She wanted all the kids to never exist. So she just made everything a graveyard and put those kids, fact, in the underworld. Fact, his friends were the kids.
Okay, peeps, I need to get a video
And that's
now.
the end of our
That's the end?
video.
Okay.
Now, if there were any problems here, exit out to the door and say, "Ow!"
That was loud. Okay. Okay, thank you, Jacob.
Okay,
And
bye.
thank you, Josh, for
Bye,
participation.
bye. Fact, bye.
Thank
Too
you.
much facts.
Thank you. Thank you.